Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the road to 1600. So today I've got a game where I actually win. Oh my goodness, it feels so good to actually come back and win this game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in because I'm really excited to show you guys. So I am at 813 after this game, which again, honestly really isn't saying much. So, starting off as black, and I don't know much about the Slav defense for a d4 opening, but I know a little bit of the theory. When that bishop comes out, typically I like to bring my knight out to help defend my pawn here, but I had been playing some Carl Khan practice, and I was looking at my pawn pyramid on the light squares, and I didn't want to get my light squared bishop locked in, and I also didn't want to have that bishop staring at my knight the whole time, so I moved my bishop out first. So a little bit out of the ordinary with how I like to actually play the Slav, but we're all right. So now I eventually bring my knight out, and I want to fianchetto my bishop so then I can get my castling done, because thank you guys for your comments on my last video. I made sure I castled early, and I made sure that I was actually paying attention to all of my movement here and not trying to rush out, too early. So, got my bishop out, he castled queenside, I castled kingside. He brings his rook over, which was a little interesting, and so I took this opportunity to free up my bishop. My bishop was kind of trapped in here this whole time, so I wanted to take an opportunity to get that bishop out of there. So he moves his king over in a pretty passive move. I wonder if he felt pretty good with his position. I felt pretty good with my position, to be honest. Really not that much time has passed so far since we started this game. So I'm going to develop my rook into the center of the board, then I can start pushing this pawn up. He's got 3 or 4 pieces right here. So if this pawn starts marching in there, he's got a little bit of a defender here. So I felt pretty good with that one. He brings his knight in, I kick his knight out, and I know I had this for a while, but I was looking at, okay, if I go here, he can come in here, he takes, so I'm not really up a position here, so yes, I might be able to kick this bishop if he, moves it back here, or whatever, but if he did decide to start taking pieces, he would eventually end up with this square. And I didn't really want that, but I would be getting a free piece with, a pawn. So something for me to consider in the future. So I finally decide to get my light squared bishop out, put some pressure on his queen slides over to f3. I bring my knight out, defend it here. I'm thinking, all right, if he comes in here, then, maybe I can swing around here for a check, and then I can bring my queen up, or maybe I bring my queen here and then go. I'm starting to develop some theory on the queen side, because I do have, these diagonals here. That was a terrible line, but I got these diagonals over here, so I'm thinking to myself, all right, I have something here. I have a bit of an advantage, although I don't know that at the time. And I just start playing solid chess, which is incredible for me over the last 2 weeks or so. Absolutely incredible, like doing something well. He slides his king over, and he's being really, really passive with his king. So I take this opportunity to get a little action going in the center of the board. So I decide to take with my pawn, sacrificing my knight on the other side. Okay, perfect. I like my position. So let's kick this knight out. He threatens my knight. I take his knight. He takes my knight. I take with my rook, putting pressure on his queen. I was pretty proud of that, because I was like, oh yeah, I can just take with my bishop, and then I can still keep pressure on this square. But then I thought, oh, if I take with my knight, then I got that direct pressure on his queen, and he can't really do all that much about it. So he falls back, and now I'm looking at checkmate. So right now his king has no moves. Like, his queen can come down. Whoops. His king can come down to, these squares here, but if he comes here, I take. If he comes here, I take. If he comes here, I take. If he comes here, nothing happens. If he comes here, I take. The queen Comes here, I take. The queen doesn't have a lot of moves right now, and his position is very closed in. I mean, I didn't see this at the time, but like almost all of his major pieces are on the back 2 ranks, and this guy can't really go anywhere. Like, yeah, he can try to swing around here, but you can put some pressure on my rook, but after that, where is he going? He can't go down here because I'll take. He's kind of screwed over here on the corner. So he comes over, puts some pressure on my rook, and I figured, all right, if you're going to come down, put some pressure on my rook, I'm going to go in for the kill. And then something really interesting happens. Okay. I don't think it necessarily mattered, but curious nonetheless. So I say, okay, I'll take your queen for nothing. He comes over to put some more pressure on my rook. Check, slide, check. The computer didn't like that one. I think I had a bit of a better move. I think it wanted me to like take this, and then he would take, and then I would take here, and we'd go around in circles, and then over here, or something like that. I don't necessarily know, but I decided to put another check, and he just quits. He didn't resign, he abandoned, which makes me think he just X'd out of the tab or something. But hey, I will take it. I'm not going to complain. I left this game thinking, oh my god, thank you so much. This is amazing. I would have done anything for a win at this point, and my ELO is still so bad, but I played a 76% accuracy, which I was looking over my last couple games. You know, a 76% is the highest out of my last couple. You know, there's been some low 70s in there. So honestly, I'll take it. I didn't play perfect, but I played better than I had. I didn't get suffocated for space. I didn't make any blunders, which is incredible in itself. So I will absolutely take it, and we will move on to the next one. So if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys for your comments. They definitely help. I practiced with a lot of puzzles before I jumped into this game, and I definitely feel like it helped my, you know, kind of sharpness and my kind of eye into the game. You know, in the past I had just done, you know, warm-up games against the bots, and you know, I play against like a 1300 rated bot, and if I can beat the bot 2-3 times in a row, then I would tell myself, okay, I'm ready to play, and then it would all just crumble and get bad. But the puzzles definitely help, so thank you for that suggestion. Thank you guys for your comments. If you're new to the channel, feel free to like and subscribe as we continue to grow. And once again, thank you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.